Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jeff from BKJ Mac TV, and this is the BKJ Mac Podcast Experience. I'm doing it for you guys, my loyal listeners and potential new listeners out there. Whoever likes to listen to a podcast, this is the podcast to listen to. Definitely the podcast to listen to. So right now, this is episode 39, and this episode talks about the disgusting and the deplorable actions of correction officers at Rikers Island who abuse taxpayer monies to basically get away and enjoy their life, their so-called best life. Stupid imbeciles. They really went on social media promoting that. There's this policy, this thing called self-snitching. They are the embodiment of self-snitching. Like, they really went out and really snitched on themselves, on how bad, on how great their lives have been since lying and stealing taxpayer money. I'm going to bring you this episode right now. So this is from the New York Daily News. This was written by John and Graham Raymond and Anise. All right, so let's get into this article. Here's the title of the article first. Rikers Island correction officers arrested for sick leave abuse after long-running probe bragged on social media about easy life, feds say. Disgusting, very deplorable. Okay, let's go. 3 Rikers Island correction officers were arrested on federal fraud charges stemming from a long-running investigation into sick leave abuse, and they even boasted on the web about their use of taxpayer-funded paid free time. Prosecutors said Thursday. So basically, all of this went down in federal court today. Earlier on Thursday, yesterday, about how these 3 Rikers correction officers basically abused their status and abused the sick time system in order for their own personal gain. Here we go, paragraph 2. Yes, at home, still getting paid, unlimited sick baby, get like me, living my best life, one of the accused officers, Monica Coxum, wrote on social media. Coxum was out for more than a year, claiming a series of injuries, trauma, and illness, prosecutors said. Disgusting, just disgusting. Coxum's boyfriend, Officer Eldado Trinidad, posted pictures showing him bowling and installing drywall despite claiming he could not sit, run, or lift anything since going out sick in June 2021. Ridiculous. It's like a couple of scammers who took an oath to serve and protect, to do their job duty at Rikers Island. And you know what they were doing? They were sitting home and getting paid, while we, people like us, have to work. And when we pay our taxes, when they take money from our taxes, that money from the city and the state goes to these jerk-offs at Rikers Island who are basically abusing the system in order to sit home and get paid. Ridiculous. Also in the article, it states the duo also took jaunts to Florida, the Dominican Republic, and West Virginia on agency time, investigators said. The third officer arrested, Stephen Kinge, was producing and marketing his own comic book while out on DOC time, while submitting false doctor's notes for more than a year and a half, according to the criminal complaint filed in Brooklyn federal court. He also allegedly talked about his sick time activity on social media, self-snitching. Kinge, an aspiring comic book artist, announced on April 15 that his comic book was for sale and that he had met with fans. That day, he claimed to be at a doctor's appointment, prosecutors said. Again, another example of self-snitching. This guy, a complete idiot. He goes in, and not only does he steal from taxpayers, but he goes and promotes it by saying, I'm selling my comic book when you're supposed to be at a doctor's appointment. You know, people are there are people in this world that are just naturally stupid, and this guy fits the bill in how stupid and pathetic and deplorable he really is. Let's be honest. I hope they threw the book at him, honestly, at this piece of garbage right here. Also in the article, investigators with the Department of Investigations and the FBI arrested the three officers. After arraignments Thursday in Brooklyn federal court, Trinidad was freed on $50,000 bond, and Trinidad was freed on $50,000 bond. Grimge was released on $50,000 posted by his wife. And here's the worst part. Here's the worst part about this. 10 more officers found to have abused the Corrections Department's sick leave policy were referred by the Department of Investigation to correction officials for internal discipline, DOI spokeswoman Diane Swartz said. In the midst of a staffing crisis at Rikers Island, the defendants defrauded New Yorkers by fraudulently obtaining their full salaries while taking over a year of sick leave, said a statement by Brooklyn U.S. Attorney Baron Peace. These correction officers abandoned their oath to protect inmates and put the safety of their fellow correction officers at risk, Peace said. Oh, they did more than that. They were stealing from New Yorkers. They were stealing from us. When we pay our taxes, they were taking our hard-earned money and they were enjoying their so-called BS lives. Let's be honest. They were enjoying their BS lives. They didn't care. They were posting on social media. They were jonesing at the beaches. They were traveling, making comic books. It's a joke. It's literally a joke. And then you got 10 more correction officers that were doing the same thing. I'm like, come on, man. How many more correction officers are involved in this type of scandal? It's bad for the city. It's a joke it's a joke for taxpayers to having to deal with. We pay people, when they take our taxes away, we have no say in it. We have no control. They just take our money and we don't know what's going on with it. We don't know how they're gonna divide it and who gets what and when. So when they take our money against our will and they paying these officers, these correction officers who are basically abusing the system, the sick time leave system, it really hurts our spirit of people who actually go to work, who actually show up to work and do what we're supposed to do. And it also hurts the system. Like, oh, if you give sick hours, their workers are not gonna appreciate it. They're gonna find some way. And these are just bad apples. You're gonna have rotten, disgusting apples on a tree. Not all are bad, unfortunately. Not all are bad, and that's the fortunate part in this. So the people, these actors, these bad, horrible actors, I hope the judge throws the book at them and it sets a new message and sets up a new system where, people who do right are taken care of properly, and the ones who do wrong are held accountable for their actions at the strictest measure possible. Let's be honest. That's what needs to happen after this embarrassing situation at Rikers Island. Let's be honest. Rikers Island is an embarrassment itself. It's a disgusting, decrepit city jail system with inmates fighting each other every day. Somebody's getting stabbed. People are hanging themselves. There's a shortage of guards. People are calling out all the time. It is a disgusting run city agency. They're saying they're going to close it down in 2026. They need to do it faster. Let's be honest. The city of New York needs to do better, and it should be doing better. Because Rikers Island is a hellhole. It is an absolute deplorable hellhole, and you got these correction officers who feel like they don't give a damn, and they're gonna scam the New York taxpayer. People like us who have to work hard and pay these people's salaries who are just scamming off our dime. So let's be honest, things need to be done. It needs to be fixed. Let me go on to the next part of the article. Cringe, an 8-year correction veteran from Brooklyn, went on sick leave in March of 2021 and collected a salary of about $160,000 while he was out. He was accused of lying to the DOC and submitting false or altered documentation to back up his sick claims. Disgusting. He initially went out sick, claiming he had side effects from the COVID vaccine, then claimed gastrointestinal reasons and vertigo. In December 2021, he claimed severe pain in his head and he could not stand, sit, and lift anything. He made the same claim in April 2021 and in June asserted he could not drive. He showed up at appointments with correction department doctors using a cane. But Cringe didn't provide any medical records other than doctor's notes, which was based only on what he reported he was experiencing. Many of those notes were fraudulent, the court complaint states. Under correction rules, he was supposed to notify the department if he was leaving his house between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. each day. He claimed he visited doctors on 80 occasions between April 2021 and 2022, but investigators said he actually gone to doctors just 33 times. He also claimed he went to Mermanad's rehabilitation at 129 times between May of 2021 and July of 2022, but in fact he went only 7 times. Probers found 90 of his doctor's notes were faked, the prosecutor said. Meanwhile, Cringe was posted on social media by his comic book publishing venture. On February 26, 2021, he wrote, "Just had an amazing meeting for the book." He added, he was hard at work on creating the best possible art, the best possible coloring, and the best possible lettering. Though he claimed he couldn't lift items, he also posted YouTube videos in May which showed him lifting and moving 2 large boxes of comic books. The complaint said in a video, he describes the boxes as heavy. It's a joke. Just a sick joke on taxpayers by these scumbags. He also posted a photograph on Instagram of exercise equipment and boxes and envelopes with the title "Moving That Weight." Laugh out loud. Thank you all for the support. He was also observed by agents playing basketball. Carlson earned more than $80,000 while she claimed to be out injured from trauma and a fall in an elevator at work from June 2021 to November 2022. She was accused of submitting false doctor's notes 50 times and of often traveling or partying when she claimed to be at home. Confronted by investigators, Carlson admitted she submitted notes for appointments she did not attend, but claimed corrections department sick leave rules were too restrictive. The complaint says were too restrictive. Wow. Trinidad got more than $140,000 in salary while he was claiming to be too sick to work for more than a year. He often went to appointments with an arm in a sling or using a cane, said prosecutors. But photos and videos showed he traveled, performed home improvement work, and went bowling with no problems, investigators found. The investigation began in late 2021 during the last months of the de Blasio administration. The federal complaint said correctionals have unlimited paid sick leave, the feds noted in their complaint. In a statement, DOC Commissioner Louis A. Miller said the accused trio in no way are a reflection of the hardworking women and men who represent the New York's boldest. That's true. That's just a group of scumbags who try to milk the system. So they're not a reflection of the agents who actually show up to work and work hard. But it's unfortunate. Maybe they shouldn't have unlimited sick time because it creates a window for abuse by certain correctional officers who have no problem risking it all to just try to get money. And for what? To try to have a good life while lying and self-snitching on yourself on social media? It's pretty sad and it's pretty pathetic. Honestly, it's pretty pathetic. Overall, this article was just interesting and I wanted to share it with you guys and note that this is just crazy. And if you want to read more about it, you can. It's on the Daily News. I hope you look at it, and please write to your politician to hold the agency more accountable for this because the system gotta end. People cannot just go and milk the system and make so much money out of it, and we're the ones footing the bill. It's not right, and then things need to change. definitely needs to change. Thank you for listening to episode 39 about the abuses at Rikers Island. This was definitely abuse of authority, abuse of power, and abuse at taxpayers' expense. So thank you for listening, and hopefully things change for the better for taxpayers of New York. Thank you. God bless to my supporters. God bless to potential supporters. Thank you for listening. Peace.